All right, welcome back to the Beast Game Podcast. This is a review for Daddy's Home 2. And I'm not sure why they made another one of these, but they did. It's directed by Sean Anders. It's written by Sean Anders, Brian Burns, and John Morris. It stars Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg, Mel Gibson, and John Lithgow. The synopsis is, having finally gotten used to each other's existence, Brad and Dusty must now deal with their intrusive fathers during the holidays. If you haven't seen the first movie, it's really just an odd couple. In the first movie, Will Ferrell was married to the ex-wife of Mark Wahlberg's character. So Will Ferrell plays Brad, Mark Wahlberg plays Dusty. Mark Wahlberg was a bad boy in the first movie. Will Ferrell is this ultra nice guy. He's so sunshine and rainbows, and somehow Mark Wahlberg re-enters the situation and attempts to destabilize the relationship that Will Ferrell has with his ex-wife. So this one is a holiday movie. So when you can't come up with any ideas for a good sequel, let's make it around the holidays. So instead of Bad Moms, which there was Bad Moms 2, which took place around Christmas time, this is technically Bad Dads, Bad Dads 2. By the end of the first movie, Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg's character work out their differences. So when this movie starts, they're buddies, best of friends. It's a blended family. It's a co-parenting situation. So they're working together to raise Mark Wahlberg's children because they live with his ex-wife and Will Ferrell. So what happens is that the daughter complains about having two fathers, which means that they have to have Christmas at two different people's houses. Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, they agree to have a combined Christmas. But then what happens is that Mark Wahlberg's father, who is played by Mel Gibson, decides to come visit his son for Christmas, and they don't have a very good relationship. And he's more akin to the character that Mark Wahlberg was playing during the first movie. John Lithgow plays Will Ferrell's father, and he's also coming for Christmas. Really what you have again is this odd couple, guess who's coming to dinner spin. That's kind of where we'll stop. Again, I'm not sure why they made another one of these, but I wish they didn't. I just kind of felt this to be a hard watch. So a lot of this is comedic timing problems and improvisation problems that it just doesn't work. And when people run out of ideas, let's make a movie around the holidays because people have to go to the movie theater. They want to see a holiday movie. This one is not it. Bad Moms 2 is not it. Even though I like Bad Moms 1, Bad Moms 2 is a bad movie. So there's some tension between Mel Gibson's character, John Lithgow, Mark Wahlberg, and Will Ferrell. I'm not a big fan of Will Ferrell in the first place. There's some movies that I like Step Brothers, and there's other movies that I do not like him in. But I will say that Mel Gibson and John Lithgow are probably the more positive aspects of this movie because it's going to get a negative score. There's also this fake Liam Neeson movie called Mistletoe, which is another positive, if you can give it that much. Then you have Hey Bro, Mark Wahlberg just playing Mark Wahlberg. They tried to put in some emotional beats, some angles where it's not just the Guess Who's Coming to Dinner movie, but really all that happens throughout the whole movie is that people have daddy issues. Mel Gibson is there just to shake up the relationship that Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell's characters share in the movie with the co-parenting situation. Then John Lithgow has a breakdown. And that's the whole entire movie. And they come together in the end. So, other than that, this movie is not completely unwatchable, but it's just not a good movie. A few weeks back, I reviewed Bad Moms Christmas. This is technically Bad Dad's Christmas. And I gave that movie a 2.5. This movie gets a 2.5. And this movie is very close to Bad Moms 2. Bad Moms 2, Mila Kunis's mom decides to show up for Christmas. And they don't have a good relationship. Again, this one, same thing. Mel Gibson, Mark Wahlberg do not have a good relationship. That ruins Christmas for them. There's issues about how the grandparents treat the kids, issues between both of the grandparents, and then issues with the blended family situation. It is not a holiday classic. It is not a good holiday comedy. It is not a good movie in general. And again, like I said, Mel Gibson, John Lithgow. Mel Gibson, he has some personal issues, but he directed Hacksaw Ridge, which is one of my favorite movies. And John Lithgow, he was in The Queen, great actor, but in this movie is not for them. And that's the Beast Game Podcast. You can find more of our podcasts at beastgame.com, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.